What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today just got some new Exosister cards. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these new cards. So first off, these cards were released in Burst Protocol, which is such an amazing set, and it does appear that we've actually gotten Marthia's XYZ form, which I'm so excited for. Let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do. But first, these cards' artwork is absolutely phenomenal. It does appear that Marthia has actually turned evil, which is super interesting for the lore of this deck. Let's go ahead and see what these cards actually do and see if they're broken. So first off, we have Exosister Carmel, and this card is a rank 4 Dark Fairy XZ effect monster with 2600 attack and 1800 defense points, and his materials is 2 Exosister monsters, meaning that you actually have to use 2 Exosister XZs to make this card. You cannot just use the spirit monsters like normal. But this card has the ability that you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. For the first effect, if this card is XZ summon, you can activate this effect that during the end phase of this turn, set 1 Exosister spell or trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. Now that's really good because you can instantly set to your side of the field a copy of Vadis or Returnia to your side of the field. Probably going to be Returnia that you're actually setting to your side of the field this, especially since your copy of McCallus can get to the other one, which is really good. And that's actually amazing just to instantly get to one of our trap cards using this card so we can use it on the follow-up. For the second effect, when your opponent activates a normal spell or trap card or effect, or a monster effect, quick effect, you can detach all materials from this card, and if you do, that effect becomes add a card from your opponent's graveyard to their hand, which is crazy. Oh, that is so good. Is it makes your Exosister monsters effects go off because your opponent actually activated the card effect, because we changed the effect to add a card from your opponent's graveyard to their hand. That is so broken. That is so good. This card negates Nibiru or changes the effect of Nibiru. It changes the effect of Ash, Shifter, any of the actual hand traps. This is exactly what Exosister needed. This is literally what they needed to actually have a way to negate Nibiru so that you could summon this card out to your side of the field and then use it as basically like the third summon to your side of the field to be able to get to one of your trap cards during the end phase, and also be able to continue your plays with your spirit monsters after you summon out your copy of Marthia to make this card so that you can actually negate cards like Nibiru, because Nibiru is a big problem with Exosister. So this card actually fixes that main problem. That is so good. This might actually make Exosister a really good tier 1 deck, because now they finally have a way to stop Nibiru, and the deck is already ridiculously consistent because you have cards like the 7 Tachyon. You have cards like Pax that can search cards, and you even have the new Sayori Hime that can instantly get you to your copy of Marthia. So this card is absolutely phenomenal for Exosister. It's probably going to be like a 2 of in the deck because it's so good. That is actually insane support. Wow. Being able to actually just negate hand traps or normal spells or trap cards is just really, really good, and change their effects to be able to add a card from your opponent's graveyard to your hand. That's better than a negate for this deck to change an effect to make it so that your other Exosister monsters on your side of the field will actually turn into XZ forms so you can swarm the board with your XZs. That is actually insane. That is so good. Okay, so what else do we have? That is just the first card, by the way, guys. We also have a new spell card. That is a great support card for Exosister. Okay, so for the next card, which is the new spell card, this card is called Exosister Bat Mater, and this card is a continuous spell card, kind of like Carpe Diem, and has the ability that you can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name once per turn. For this card's first effect, when this card resolves, add 2 Exosister monsters from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. Are you kidding me? You can activate this, add Marthia and like Stella to your hand, normal summon out your special summon out your copy of Marthia, get Elise, and then just special summon out Stella, or normal summon out Stella. And if you have any other Exosister in your hand, you can use Stella to get a 4th Exosister out on your side of the field. That is crazy good. That is actually insane that you basically just got a pendulum call. This deck now has like 9 Rhodas with 7 Tachyon packs in this. That is actually crazy good. Wow. Wow. And that's the first effect on this card. We have 2 other effects. For the 2 other effects, for the second effect, you can target a face-up monster that you control and immediately let's effect resolves normal summon an Exosister monster mentioned on it. Are you kidding me? That is actually insane. We just get an additional normal summon too. Like, I was coming up with this whole combo with Stella, but it doesn't even matter because you get an additional normal summon. So it depends on what else you already have in your hand. That is actually insane. And you're probably going to open up at least 1 or 2 Exosisters, and you can just instantly grab Martha, special summon out Martha, make the new Carmel, and then use her ability to basically stop Nibiru. And then once you do that, you just normal summon out another Exosister for your turn normal summon, and then you use this to summon out another Exosister that you searched. And it doesn't even have to be Stella. It could be like Irene or Sophia. That is so good. Are you kidding me? That is so good. Okay. And for the third effect, if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can make your opponent banish one of them. It's literally Shifter. It's literally Shifter. That is so insane. And it makes your opponent do it. That is so good. That is actually insane support. This card is a 3 of in the deck. We now have like 9 copies of it. You might not even need 7 Tachyon anymore. Like, you literally probably don't even need 7 Tachyon because there is such a thing as too consistent. And this might make the deck too consistent, which I've never said about a deck before. But this might be the most consistent deck of all time, giving the ability to basically just add 2 Exosister from your deck chain and discard any card to the graveyard that you don't need. You can discard a Fluros that you don't need. You could discard like a Nibiru that you don't need. You could discard anything that you don't need. Then you can use this card to normal summon an additional Exosister, so you can get like 3 normal summons in a turn now in this deck, which the only other deck that I know that can do that is actually Black Wings, which is crazy. And then also for the third effect, if a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can make your opponent, which affects the player, not the actual card, banish a card from their graveyard, banish that monster from the graveyard, and since your opponent did it, you'll make your Exosister go off, which is crazy. These cards are like so much more than I could have ever expected. And also, I think that it's hilarious about this card that Stella turns into Caspitel, and Martha and Stella in this artwork, you cannot convince me otherwise that they're actually fighting over Elise, because both of them are partners with Elise. And I'm like, that's kind of weird that they're both partners with Elise. So I wholeheartedly think that she's actually taken her spear, because she's using a sword here and Caspitel uses a spear. So she's taken her spear and corrupted her spear in the artwork, which is crazy. And I wholeheartedly think that they're actually fighting over Elise, which is so interesting. This is actually really cool for the lore. And the red hair just is absolutely gorgeous. This is such a good artwork for Martha's actual XZ form, and the actual continuous spell being a pendulum call, making your opponent banish something and an additional normal summon for your Exosisters is actually insane, because you've got to keep in mind your copy of Stella also gives you an additional normal summon. This is so good support. This deck is so hyper consistent now, and you're going to have to rethink the entire deck now, because you might even play Sophia and Irene at 2 in the deck now, because you have the ability to normal summon them and they're no longer bricks in the deck. And Pack searches any Exosister card you want, so you can literally search the searcher. This is crazy good. This is such good support, and I cannot believe how good this is. So that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely tell me what you guys think of these new Exosister cards. I think this might actually make Exosister a tier 1 deck again, which would be absolutely crazy, and I hope to actually see it, because this new Martha, absolute cinema. So that's going to do this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell there so you can become part of the notification squad. We'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.